Oh, hello there, and thanks for joining Uncomplicated Math today. Today we're going to be looking at how to multiply a 3-digit number by a 3-digit number. And by the end of this video, you'll know the steps involved when multiplying 3-digit numbers by 3-digit numbers. So let's get started. So in question number 1, we're being asked to multiply 324 by 235. So looking over to the right-hand side here under our steps involved, we can see that our first step is to rewrite the problem vertically. So we're going to start out by rewriting this multiplication problem vertically, making sure that all of our numbers are aligning within their correct place value, and then we're going to start to multiply. And now I'm sure you've looked through the steps involved and are thinking there's quite a bit of information there. But don't worry, because this is actually a bit simpler than it might appear. So what we're going to do is we're going to break apart our bottom number by place value, and then we're going to multiply each of those place values by the top number and then add them all together. So we're going to multiply 5 times 324, and then 30 times 324, and lastly 200 times 324, and then we're going to add all of those numbers together to give us our answer. So we're going to start out by multiplying our ones place by the top number. So 5 times 324. 5 times 4 gives us 20, so we're going to write the 0 and we're going to carry the 2. 5 times 2 gives us 10, plus the additional 2 gives us 12, so we're going to write the 2 and carry the 1. And then 5 times 3 gives us 15, plus the additional 1 gives us 16 for 1,620. So now before we move on to step number 3, we're going to put a line through the 1 as well as through the 2 and through the 5 because we're done with them. So now we're going to be multiplying by our tens place, or 324 times 30. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a 0 to the line down below to show that now we're multiplying by our tens place, and then we're going to start multiplying. So 3 times 4 gives us 12, so we're going to drop the 2 and carry the 1. 3 times 2 gives us 6, plus the additional 1 gives us 7, and then 3 times 3 gives us 9 for 9,720. So now we're going to cross out the 1, and we're also going to put a line through the 3 because we're done with them. And then now we're going to be multiplying by the number in our hundreds place. So we're going to be multiplying 324 by 200. So for step number 4, our first step is to write 2 zeros in the line down below because now we're multiplying by our hundreds place. And 2 times 4 gives us 8. 2 times 2 gives us 4. And then lastly, 2 times 3 gives us 6 for 64,800. So now we're going to move on to step number 5, where we're going to add all of these partial products together to give us our answer. So starting from the right hand side, 0 plus 0 plus 0 gives us 0. 2 plus 2 gives us 4, plus 0 gives us 4. 6 plus 7 gives us 13, plus 8 gives us 21, so we're going to write the 1 and carry the 2. 2 plus 1 gives us 3, plus 9 gives us 12, plus 4 gives us 16, so we're going to write the 6 and carry the 1, and then 1 plus 6 gives us 7 for 76,140. So when we multiply 324 by 235, we get the product of 76,140. So now we're going to move on to question number 2, where this time we're being asked to multiply 641 times 182. So our first step is to rewrite this problem down below, so 641 times 182, and then we're going to start multiplying by our ones place. So 2 times 1 gives us 2, 2 times 4 gives us 8, and then lastly 2 times 6 gives us 12 for 1,282. So now we're going to put a line through the number in our ones place, and then we're going to start out with step number 3, where we're going to add a 0 to the next line, and then we're going to multiply by our tens place. So 8 times 1 gives us 8. 8 times 4 gives us 32, so we're going to write the 2 and we're going to carry the 3. And then lastly, 8 times 6 gives us 48, plus the additional 3 gives us 51 for 51,280. So now we're going to put a line through the 3 as well as through the 8 because we're done with them. And we're going to move on to step number 4, where we're going to add 2 zeros to the next line because now we're multiplying by our hundreds place. And 1 times 1 gives us 1, 1 times 4 gives us 4, and lastly 1 times 6 gives us 6 for 64,100. So now we're going to move on to step number 5, where we're going to add these partial products together to give us our answer. So 2 plus 0 gives us 2, 8 plus 8 gives us 16, plus 0 gives us 16, so we're going to write the 6, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 gives us 3, plus 2 gives us 5, plus 1 gives us 6. And 1 plus 1 gives us 2, plus 4 gives us 6, and then lastly 5 plus 6 gives us 11, so we're going to write that down below, giving us a product of 116,662. So when we multiply 641 by 182, we get the product of 116,662. So hopefully by now you understand the steps involved when multiplying a 3-digit number by a 3-digit number. Help make math less complicated by smashing those like and subscribe buttons. As always, enjoy today's math journey.